They played together there. He starts for Keanu Neal, who is out with a knee injury. So one college member of Central Florida tackles the other. And Weems is back inside the 15 with King to punt. High and hanging, and that's going to force a fair catch at the 15-yard line. 4.69 hang time. That's what coaches love on a 52-yarder. Matt Ryan is down by 1. 5.5 to play in the third on CBS.
All right. Son? Okay.
All right, here goes nothing.
Oh.
Oh, that is amazing.
The guy was a legend on the field.
He poured everything he had into this game.
You gotta wonder what he's doing on game day now.
Guys, cupcakes are ready.
Ooh, cupcakes?
Better game days call for better pizza.
Now get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Try our new cinnamon pull-aparts for just $6.
Better ingredients.
Better pizza.
Papa John's.
I'm like a sponge for this stuff. I can learn it, get it, sell it. I can do this job in my sleep better than some people can do awake. I just want to make sure this brain stays in hyperdrive.
Hey, we hear you. That's why AARP created Staying Sharp. It's more than brain games. It's a personalized 360 approach to brain health with assessments and tools that can help you keep your brain sharp. If you don't think this is right for me when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
Tonight, what does a submarine with 200 nuclear warheads on it look like? Find out in a new story on 60 Minutes, plus an interview with the Libertarian candidates for president. It's tonight on 60 Minutes on CBS. Kevin Harlan, Rich Gannon, and our entire terrific CBS crew here in the Bay Area from the 15, 1st and 10 after that nice punt by Marquette King of the Raiders. Out on the plate for Matt Ryan.
They'll be able to turn the page after that ugly interception that ended on the last series.
Coleman has been split wide. And that's what they go at when he comes on a slant. They got the matchup with the linebacker Heaney, and that's the result. The running back Coleman takes it up to the 39 and a catch and run at 24 and an Atlanta first down.
Well, that's huge. Getting the ball to the running backs in the passing game. The linebackers, particularly Smith and Heaney, are a bit of a liability versus the pass.
Reggie Nelson chased him down. It's a 1st and 10, and Coleman remains. Fake it there. Good block by Matthews. Winding up far side. Oh, they've got Hooper. And the linebacker, he drives him out of bounds. Another big catch by the rookie out of Stanford, Austin Hooper. A 34-yard pickup. Had a catch earlier. With big yardage, the result. 1st and 10.
Here's Hooper. He's going to block down, and then he's going to continue all the way across. This is the old throwback. Look at Matt Ryan. He sells it. He knows that he's got Hooper on the backside. The Raiders just lose him in the wash.
Hooper had a catch for 44 yards the last possession. 1st and 10. Outside they go. It's Gabriel who makes the catch, and down to the 17-yard line, tackled by Bates. Gain of 9 on the play.
It was a really good-looking play by the Falcons. I mean, you have all those tight ends lined up over there. You see all of them blocked down. You see the quarterback roll out to his right, and you lose the young tight end across the field.
Robinson was over there with that grab, and here comes Coleman, tried to cut, and down he goes on that 2nd down and short, 2nd down and 1, but he picks up 3 and wheels his way to the 14-yard line of the Raiders as a 1st down.
This is where they've got to be able to finish this part of the field. They've been down here a bunch today, 3 times. They've had to settle for field goals. They had the turnover. Good red zone teams have the ability to run the ball in this part of the field.
Devonta Freeman is in. Oh, the tight end was held, but they go up to Tamme, who's going to go in for the touchdown and breaks the tackle of Malcolm Smith. A 15-yard touchdown pass. Atlanta is back on top. Jacob Tamme.
Defense, number 51. That penalty's declined.
That was on the other tight
Touchdown
end.
is good.
They were holding one tight end, but Tamme got free, and he broke the tackle inside of Malcolm Smith. Fourth lead change of the game, and they're going to go for 2.
You watch this, go ahead and run it. This is actually his 4th option. Go ahead and freeze it right about there. There's option 1, there's option 2, there's option 3, and he winds up coming all the way to his 4th option. This is great work by Matt Ryan, going through his progression and working all the way back across the field to find Jacob Tamme.
Tamme 5 catches, 76 yards. Tamme last week had 6 receptions. As we began the broadcast telling you, Matt Ryan says he's playing the best football of his career. They're going for 2.
Down by 5. It's the right thing to do.
Freeman sent wide. Ryan takes it himself. He gets a block by Mack. Heaney couldn't get him. A 2-point conversion. And the Falcons are not only back in business, they are on top 21-14.
Well, this is the last thing you'd expect from Matt Ryan. This is a well-executed quarterback draw. Catches the Raiders off guard. You see Alex Mack. That's why you went out and got the Pro Bowl center.
Ryan says that Mack gives him so much on the line in terms of information, but he loves the way he prepares every week. He's changed the culture on that line with his attention to detail.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the communication between the Pro Bowl center and quarterback, it really helps. The run game calls, the protections. That's why you spend that kind of money in free agency to get a really good center.
Matt Ryan, 18 of 26, 283. He's thrown an end zone interception, but he's thrown 2 touchdowns, and he's got his Falcons on top in an important early season game. Week 2 continues with Sunday Night Football on NBC and Monday Night Football on ESPN and Westwood One Radio. Then Week 3 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on CBS, NFL Network, and Twitter.
Well, if you listen to those games on Westwood One Radio, Kevin, you get to hear some of the craziest things sometimes. Huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that was fun.
That was an interesting moment. Rich, what about the Falcons, who have a very tough march coming up on the road after today? Tough enough to play here. Then they go to New Orleans, then Carolina, then Denver, then Seattle. I mean, to start the season 0-2 with that kind of schedule would be very difficult, as Taiwan Jones will leave it in the end zone.
Kevin, you mentioned some of those crazy calls on Westwood One. How about this one? This is too good.
Run out on the field. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. But there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms. Bare-chested. Somebody stop that man.
Here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him. They're coming from the left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line. I hope it was worth it, my friend, because you've got a night in the clink coming up.
Of course, they can't. We don't show it on television, but that was hysterical to see the actual footage. 16-year-old young kid running out in the field, and you have a classic call.
Well, you've surprised me, but thanks. Murray in the backfield. Derek Carr, and he gets it off to his tight end, who caught an earlier touchdown pass. It's a gain of 3. Clive Walford gets it, and the tackle on the play was made by Warlow.
With the tight ends very involved in this game.
For both teams.
Tammy's got 5 catches. Hooper has 3. Walford's leading the Raiders with 6 catches.
A lot of rotating going inside there for the Atlanta Falcons. They've got 4 in the secondary, 2nd down and 7. Murray is back there, and he gets the call. It's a little foot race now, and he's in the secondary, Latavius Murray. He is brought down by Ricardo Allen. He picks up 15 on the run and a first down for the Raiders to their 43.
Boy, a couple missed tackles right here. You got a shot right there. They can't get it done. Babineau let Murray get outside. It's tough to. We talked about the playing on the infield and how difficult that is for defensive linemen. Courtney Upshaw can't make the tackle. It's hard to rush the passer, and it's hard to change directions on that dirt infield.
Larry, now.
Blue 80. What's up?
Derek Carr with a 1st and 10. Austin Howard with the block. It buys him time. He wants him to go deep, and he's going to wind up, and now he runs. Carr. He slides in center field on a gain of 5, and he's up to his own 48. As you can obviously tell, this is the home of the Major League Baseball Oakland Athletics, and the field does not change until baseball season ends.
And I have to admit, Kevin, when I was playing for the Raiders, I was an A's fan, but I never wanted to make the postseason, if that makes any sense,
No,
because this is hard to play on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, as a quarterback, I'd always check to see where I was. It affected your drops, your ability to plant and throw. You have to watch where the receivers are. I've thrown some interceptions because the receiver falls down on this infield.
And it hurts, right?
It hurts. It does.
2nd and 5, Washington's in the backfield. Carr. And on the screws, he's got a 1st down with the catch right there down to the 45-yard line. Walford makes another one. Ishmael makes the tackle. Gain of 7 on the play, and the Raiders are into Falcon territory.
They're not big throws to the tight ends, but they're effective. Walford with his 7th catch. Carr doing a nice job on the early down, spreading the ball around, making good, accurate throws.
Walford, by the way, has got a career day going in the NFL. He's a 2nd-year tight end out of Miami, a 3rd-round pick, all-time tight end records holder at the University of Miami. 1st and 10.
What's up?
With the rookie Washington in the backfield, and he gets the call. With a pull by Jackson. And a power drive up by Osemele, who is very active. It's a gain of 8. They're down to the 37-yard line to JB in New York.
An unlucky pick led to this.
Yeah, and Aqib Talib steps in front of this Andrew Luck pass, takes it back 46 yards. A tight ball game now turns into a 23-13 lead for the Denver Broncos as they start the 4th quarter.
That was my best Kevin Harlan attempt at wittiness. Back to Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, JV. Kansas Jayhawks, who is a 3-time Pro Bowler with the pick. Hand off to Washington. 2nd down and 2 as he peruses the far side and is brought down by a couple, including Hagman. You're going to give him a gain of 1. He may not have gotten the spot he wanted, and Del Rio shaking his head, but they're at the 36-yard line. That's going to conclude the 3rd quarter. 4 lead changes in this one. It's a 7-point lead for the Falcons on CBS.
This Tuesday, welcome back. NCIS New Orleans kicks off the new season at its new time. Everybody wins. Don't miss the season premiere Tuesday, 10/9 Central.
Don't miss Michael Weatherly in Bull. Premiere CBS Tuesday after NCIS.
At Lexus, what we learn on the track doesn't stay on the track. It just finds more street-legal form. Experience the power and precision of the Lexus F-Sport Performance line. This is the pursuit of perfection.
When I was first starting out as an engineer, I had to rely on my credit cards. The high interest rates were frustrating. So I looked for a smarter solution. With a personal loan from SoFi, I was able to cut my interest rates by 50%, and I'm saving over $8,000. Now I am back on top of my finances, and it feels really good.
A personal loan from SoFi is the smart way to consolidate debt. Get your rate online in less than 2 minutes. Visit trysofi.com.
Sir, this alien life form is growing at an alarming rate.
Growing fast, you say?
We can't contain it any longer.
You know, that reminds me of how Geico's been the fastest growing auto insurer for over 10 years straight.
Over 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Geico's the company your friends and neighbors trust.
And deservedly so.
Indeed.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
You start the 4th. Matt Ryan has thrown 2 touchdown passes. We've had a Carr 31-yard touchdown pass to a tight end, a 1-yard touchdown run by Murray. 4 lead changes. Here we go. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders from the 36-yard line. And that's Olawale in the the secondary, and a first down, corkscrewing his way all the way to the 25-yard line. Poole brings him down. 11, Ishmael. That's an 11-yard pickup and a first down to the 25-yard line of Atlanta.
Look at the movement up front. You know, the fullback, Olawale, doesn't get a lot of carries. That was a big hole. A great tackle by Bryant Poole. That may have saved a touchdown.
It was. Poole had a good game last week against the Buccaneers. Offset eye. Olawale had a touchdown run last week in New Orleans for Oakland.
Down.
Walford in motion. First and 10.
What's up?
Carr, Murray. Olawale missed his block, and that's why that tackle was made on the far side. And the grab was made by Ishmael. That's a gain of 5, and he's down to the 20-yard line of Atlanta.
You know, both these defenses have really gone out of their way to take away the top receivers. You look at Julio Jones with just 2 catches, Cooper with just 3. There's been some double coverage. There's been cut coverage. A nice job changing it up, and both quarterbacks, to their credit, haven't forced the issue.
2 tight ends. Falcons stay in base. Second down, 5. The hard-running Murray getting a block. Andre Holmes laid a block that gave him an additional 5 yards. He's down to the 3. Wheeler missed the tackle. 17-yard run, first and goal, Raiders.
And he just bounces this one. He gets caught up in the wash initially. They can't get the tackle. You're not going to be able to arm tackle or back like Latavius Murray.
He runs angry. Isn't that what they said? He runs angry.
Don't do a good enough job setting the edge, forcing him to run up inside. Dan Quinn talked about that with us yesterday. The importance of setting the edge against these Raider backs.
First and goal at the 2. Latavius Murray drilled. He was hit hard on the play by Deion Jones, a good-looking rookie out of LSU. And no gain on the play.
That's a classic textbook tackle.
Sure was.
By the linebacker, Deion Jones. That's how you do it. They spent a lot of time on tackling. That's why Dan Quinn was so disappointed. Last week they had a couple instances where they didn't do a good job. Charles Sims scores a touchdown for the Bucs. They had 4 or 5 players in position to make a tackle and couldn't get it done.
Second down goal. Derek Carr. Incomplete. Boy, there were a lot of white jerseys around that pass. They were looking for Amari Cooper, and in the secondary there was Ricardo Allen with the coverage. And Poole right off the bat.
Really good coverage by the Falcons. This could have been a dangerous throw by Carr. See the safety, Allen. Had that ball not been tipped, he may have had a chance to get his hand on that one.
By the way, both teams have run the ball well today. 100 yards on the ground for Atlanta, 143 on the ground for Oakland. Third and goal at the 2. Empty backfield. Carr.
He's got time.
Good block by Austin. Now he's being chased by Claiborne, and it's incomplete in the back of the end zone for Andre Holmes. Uncatchable. Here's some coverage in the secondary that time by Ishmael.
The coverage from Atlanta was terrific. Carr had plenty of time. He just couldn't find anybody open. He's waiting. He's buying time. He just has to throw this one away. Good coverage on the back end by the Falcons. Jack Del Rio. Go for it.
Would you do this or would you try the field goal?
Kevin, I think I'd kick it, but look, you know, Jack Del Rio been pretty aggressive so far in this game.
Olawale in the backfield, low snap. Oh, and he gets the touchdown! Michael Crabtree, 2-yard touchdown reception. Del Rio has done it again. What a gutsy call.
And remember, on the 2-point conversion last week, who they went to, Michael Crabtree. That's kind of been Carr's go-to guy in this part of the field. He's just going to run a little delayed slant route. They don't pass it off. Trufant has to run over the top, and he can't get there. Or Alford. Robert Alford couldn't get through the wash to cover Crabtree.
Janikowski will come in to try to tie it. What a terrific game in Oakland this afternoon. 21 apiece, 12 to play. Michael Crabtree comes up with the reception. Carr was patient on a low snap, but he fields it and throws another touchdown pass.
Oh, I want a quarter pounder with cheese. Whether you're a window shopper, a mastermind, or even a play caller, NFL season is here, and so is McDonald's newest McPick 2 lineup. Choose between a quarter pounder with cheese, our newest pick, triple cheeseburger, the 10-piece chicken McNuggets, or the filet of fish. Mix and match or pair up your faves for just $5.
Ooh, triple cheeseburger?
Catch your picks for a limited time. Enjoy the choice.
You're taking an enormous risk speaking with us, so thank you.
Of course.
What was the key to toppling this notorious crime ring?
By keeping my identity a secret, I was able to witness the atrocities firsthand. I've been undercover for 5 years. Anonymity is critical to my survival.
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
With full game replays, you can replay entire games, which gives you more football. Start your free trial at NFL.com/Game Pass.
You are watching the NFL on CBS.
Carr hits Seth Roberts with a touchdown pass to put the Raiders down 1 point late in the fourth. He completes a 2-point conversion to Crabtree and gets a 1-point win. Fourth down, here they go, and they convert instead of going for 3. He finds Crabtree for 6.
Yeah, they attempted 3 2-point conversions last week and converted 2 of them, including the game winner. And it's the message I think it sends to your football team. Things are different here in Oakland. We're going to be aggressive. I have confidence in you that you can execute in that part of the field. And if we don't get it done, I trust that our defense will go out and back out on the field and get a stop or a turnover.
Each quarterback has thrown 2 touchdown passes today, but Del Rio's offense has had drives of 75, 81, and 91 yards. Weems in the back of the end zone. Touchback to the 25. Tied at 21 here. The King of Comedy is back on CBS. Kevin James returns in Kevin Can Wait. It premieres tomorrow after The Big Bang Theory. Only CBS.
For both teams, you look at the run-pass distribution. Both teams have done a nice job running the football, mixing it up on first down. Getting the tight ends involved in the passing game. Just haven't had a lot of success pushing the ball down the field on the perimeter.
Raiders in their base defense. Devonta Freeman in the backfield. 1st and 10. Freeman. Tamme with the block. Devonta Freeman belted off on the side by Emerson, who had the end zone interception earlier of Bryant. A 12-yard run. And he's out to the Atlanta 37-yard line.
Well, it's a good-looking run to start the drive.
High injury and all. 1st and 10. Bryant. Julio Jones as they work on Smith. Then he rides him down at about the 46 on a quick pickup of 9. And again, the no huddle. Here they go.
You look at Sean Smith, a bigger corner. It struggles at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 1. The fake and going deep, and he's got Julio Jones, and he makes the catch. Smith was covering, and they also had Reggie Nelson. Oh, flag is thrown because he spiked the ball.
This is a terrific throw by Matt Ryan. He lets this thing go early and gives Julio Jones a chance to make a big-time catch.
47 yards on that pass play. Delay a game. Offense number 11 for spiking the ball in the field of play. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down, Atlanta.
Is that Nelson's guy or is
it's
Smith's guy?
He's helping, but he runs right by Sean Smith. Reggie Nelson has to help, but what a terrific throw and catch by Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. We talked about the struggles that they've had getting the ball down the field. They did it right there off of play action.
And he's got a bad wheel like we talked about earlier. That bad left ankle, 48-yard pickup through the air. 1st and 10, Matt Ryan. Freeman in the backfield, blocked by Matthews, and he burrows his way to about the 10. Malcolm Smith and a couple down there to make the stop. It's a gain of 2.
It hasn't been the smoothest of days for them down in this part of the field. They did get the touchdown last possession.
Right, they've had 3 red zone and 2 field goals. 2nd down and 8. Here they go to Mohamed Sanu. Oh, nice crafty move, and he can only pick up a couple yards. They were on him pretty good. Khalil Mack makes the stop after a gain of 2. This red zone thing's becoming an issue, though, right, Rich? They're 1 of 4 last week.
Yeah, you only get so many opportunities. This is where you have to be at your best in this part of the field. 3rd down's been a problem. They've been down here a couple times and haven't been able to convert.
It's 3rd and 6. Coleman is in.
The guy that's been the go-to guy on 3rd down and in the red zone has been Julio Jones.
Ryan will look into the nickel. Oops. To Coleman, and caught on the ricochet. Caught by Hardy. It was a catch on the ricochet for a touchdown by Justin Hardy. Oh my goodness! And Atlanta has gone on top as Hardy, with his 2nd catch of the season, comes up with an 8-yard touchdown reception on the ricochet off of Coleman.
A little bit of serendipity, some unexpected good fortune for Justin Hardy, just being in the right place at the right time. These usually result in interceptions. When a ball goes up in the air, you see both defenders right there to make the play. The safety thought he had the interception and never felt Justin Hardy.
Bryant with the extra point. And it's 28-21, the Atlanta Falcons in the Bay Area. Coleman couldn't get it because Smith was covering. But on the ricochet, Hardy leaping high and pulling it down for 6.
If you can dream it, you can do it. In the all-new Ridgeline from Honda.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Cialis. And by the all-new Honda Ridgeline for tough truck things and everyday things.
Rough sailing. How about that catch on the deflection by Hardy? And a red zone score for Atlanta. The subsequent kickoff. Taiwan Jones lets it go over his head on the kickoff by Matt Bosher to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Thursday. Your weekend starts here when the Houston Texans tangle with the New England Patriots. Thursday night football on CBS and the NFL Network. The health of quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo right now is in the focus. think we're going to see the rookie third-round pick out of North Carolina State, Jacoby Brissett, come in. He began at Florida, transferred to North Carolina State, and he had to come in. And of course, Tom Brady isn't ready till week 5 because of the 4-game NFL suspension.
And a quick turnaround on a Thursday night makes it even more difficult to get the young quarterback the reps he needs to be ready.
3 touchdown passes by Ryan. Carr has thrown 2. 1st and 10.
What's up?
Washington in the backfield. Carr. Oh, he's running for his life. He throws it away. Coming through, Grady Jarrett with great pursuit of Derek Carr.
That's the pass rush we've been talking about. Good effort there by Grady Jarrett. Not giving up. This is a game based on obviously performance, but it's an effort-driven business. It's great to see guys out there hustling, and both these teams playing very hard trying to get the W.
Carr 27 of 35, 208, 2 touchdowns. Ryan 22 of 30, 3 touchdowns, 349. Handoff to Washington, who got tripped up. And then they fall on him with Adrian Claiborne taking the place of the injured Brooks Reed. It's a gain of 3, and he's up to the Raider 27.
Solid effort there by Adrian Claiborne. Just seal in the backside. They've given up a couple big runs that have been able to bounce out the back door. Good adjustment there by the veteran.
3rd down and 7. Nickel for Atlanta. Carr. And over everybody's head, there goes a flag. Cooper was trying to run. Seth Roberts was trying to run, and it's obvious they were held up. And this is going to be on the Falcons secondary. On another 3rd down penalty, perhaps, like we saw last week and we've seen today by the Falcon team.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. The ball he placed at the spot of foul. 1st down, Oakland.
Keeps the drive alive, Rich.
He's going to just, all he does is grab. You watch Marcus Trufant. He's going to grab Cooper out of the break right there. I don't know if it would have been a catchable ball, but can't grab him as he's trying to separate on the out route.
Falcons at 0-1. Raiders at 1-0. Raiders win. They'll have their best start since 2002 when Rich Gannon took them to the Super Bowl.
3rd down penalties, Kevin. The first 2 weeks for the Falcons have been a killer.
Richard is in on 1st and 10 and runs into a big wall with Jonathan Babineau plugging it up, allowing only a gain of 1 to the 42.
Talk about the importance of getting off the field on 3rd down, and that's what's really hurt them. You know, you go back to last week, a couple big mistakes, some mindless penalties on 3rd down. Talked to Dan Quinn about it. So we've got to do a better job staying disciplined, getting off the field on 3rd down.
Each team with 7 penalties, 73 yards worth for Atlanta, 53 yards worth for Oakland. 2nd down, 9. Richard remains and gets the call. Oh, there was a nice block inside by Jackson. Opened up the door, and he was finally brought down by Kamal Ishmael on a gain of 6 as he swerves to the 49.
I like this young back, Kevin. I think he's going to be a good little player.
He had never been to a professional football game until last week in New Orleans. He had never been in person to one. And then had that 75-yard
first carry of his career. Isn't that amazing?
That? It was amazing.
That's a way to make a
what a splash. I should say 3rd and 3 here into the nickel. Carr has emptied the backfield. With time, Jackson the block, Penn the block. Carr has to dance, and he's got his receiver. This is the fleet-footed Amari Cooper, and there he goes. Touchdown, Oakland. Beats Trufant. Flag at the 28.
I think Cooper may have been out of bounds, Kevin. Look at the time, though, that Derek Carr has. I mean, he moves around a little bit to help himself, but where's the pass rush? I mean, he's going to run around. He's going to buy some time. There's Cooper. He's out of bounds. He cannot be the first to come back on the field and touch the ball.
Yep.
That's going to come back. You see the official, the one official took his hat off. That's the first indicator.
Went out of bounds voluntarily, came back in, and was the first to touch. That is a foul for illegal touching. The penalty is a loss of down. It brings up 4th down from the previous spot.
Well, you've gone from a touchdown catch and run of 51 yards to now 4th down, and you bring out your punting unit.
Well, you have to know where you are on the field at all times, and Amari Cooper doesn't realize how close he is to the boundary. He actually steps out.
The Raiders with their 4th offensive penalty in this half. And they're going to go for it on 4th and a couple. Let's see, 4th and 2. It's not 4th and 7 as a graphic. It's 4th and 2. I see a little CBS Sports thing go over there and just erase that. That's how we make our corrections.
There you go, 4th and 2. How about that? You happy now?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm happy.
At some point, one of these decisions of Jack Del Rio may backfire. The first thing you think about here, Kevin, is no snap, no play. Try and draw him off sides.
Richard is back there, 4th and 2. And the carry.
He didn't get it.
I don't think he did either. He was hit. Nice hit made by Brian Poole and Grady Jarrett.
Well, the official up top, I don't think he gave it to him. I think he's going to be just a bit short. That is an aggressive call by Jack Del Rio with 7:12 to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, do you challenge this? Because even if you didn't get, you've got 3 timeouts.
I don't think you're going to win the challenge. It's especially on these runs up inside. It's hard to tell exactly.
And on the dirt too, Rich. He's trying to dig on the dirt.
I think he's going to be just a tad short. I mean, I think he misses it by about 6 inches.
Oh, you're right.
And that was wrong. It's a foot. Wow.
He's short. Well, I was saying you're right. He's short. But yeah, the 6 inches you're off. And so
great stop.
On downs, it goes back to Atlanta. Big stop by the Atlanta D.
Marco Polo. Marco Polo. Marco Polo. Marco Polo. Marco
Sì.
Marco Polo.
Scusa. Ma io sono Marco Polo, ma...
Playing Marco Polo with Marco Polo? Surprising.
Ragazzini, io sono Marco Polo. Sì, sono qui.
What's not surprising? How much money Amanda and Keith saved by switching to Geico.
Ah, Polo. Polo.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Polo.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adeptus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
This is the house of the passionate. This is the house of the brave. And this is the house of their beer. Casa Modelo, home of the clean, crisp taste of Especial and the rich, smooth flavor of Negra. Quality beers since 1925.
Her murder shocked the nation.
I did not kill my daughter, John Bonet.
Now, original investigators.
She thought she had hung up the phone.
Will use today's technology.
Let's hear the noise reduction. I recognize that voice.
There were things being said that somebody needed to know.
The case of John Bonet Ramsey, tonight after 60 Minutes.
NFL Play 60, the NFL's movement for a more active generation, encourages fans to get moving and play for 60 minutes every day. Run, jump, and race to Super Bowl 51 with the NFL Play 60 app. Download it now. On downs, they take over. Freeman, who's closing in on one of his better rushing days, has passed the tackle of the line, picks up 6, brought down on the play by Malcolm Smith at the 44-yard line of the Raiders. Gain of 6.
Well, Atlanta's really running the ball well. 120 rushing yards already. Freeman closing on 100 on the day.
Juking right here, bad thigh and all, and finally hit and brought down by Emerson. It's a gain of a yard. Dances down to the 42. Let's take you to JB and Coach Cowher in New York.
Talk about good footwork.
4 minutes left to go in the game. This pass from Andrew Luck to Frank Gore. What great job keeping his balance. Scores a touchdown. They cut the lead. Now Denver leads 23-20. 4:02 left to go in the game.
Rich Gannon is light-footed like that as well. Back to Kevin Harlan.
3rd down and 3. They go, and there is a completion for a first down caught by Levine Toilolo. He had a broken hand in camp. He's been slow to come back. He picks up 5. They're down to the 38-yard line of the Raiders, and they get a much-needed first down.
Good concentration there by the tight end. It's going to get tipped. McGee tips that ball.
I thought so.
Stacy McGee, right in the middle of your screen. He's going to tip this ball. Somehow still finds its way to, well, wasn't the intended target. A couple times today, they've been pretty fortunate.
That's the 10th tight end reception for Atlanta today. First and 10 with Freeman in the backfield. Nice fake by, there's Julio Jones working on Smith again. Slicing him up inside the 20. The catch and run takes him down to the 18. A pickup of 20 and a first down. Julio Jones.
Again, you look at the struggles that Sean Smith has had with the inside breaking routes. Julio Jones, he can drop his shoulders and cut on a dime like a smaller slot receiver. That's what makes him so special and unique.
Tevin Coleman is the running back.
Another penalty by the Raiders.
Jones, by the way, over 100 yards receiving today for Atlanta. 106 and 5 catches.
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 90. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Big Dan Williams.
Yep.
Julio Jones has been a different player here in the second half.
Bad left ankle, bad wheel, as we told you earlier. It was an injury that he got last week. He re-aggravated it. He initially got it in a preseason game against Miami back in late August.
Seems like he keeps getting rolled up on when he's tackled. Never gets a chance to heal.
Coleman is in. First and 5. 3 touchdown passes today for Matt Ryan. Over 300 yards. Coleman. There was a good block inside by Schrader, and he finds a touchdown. Nelson couldn't bring him down. Schrader, the right tackle, with a terrific block. And Atlanta builds upon their lead on a 13-yard touchdown run.
Well, really, what a nice block up front by Mack and Chester, and then coming off on the linebacker. And look at the effort here by Tevin Coleman right at the end, extending the ball over the goal line.
They have scored on their last 3 red zone possessions. The Falcons, who had been struggling there, 3 straight red zone touchdowns today and a player down.
They've scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions. And a different team here in the second half. And they took advantage of a great opportunity there. You talk about that decision, Kevin, by Jack Del Rio to go for it on 4th and 2 with a little over 7 minutes to go in the game.
Kyle Shanahan said of Tevin Coleman, he said, he is as talented a guy as I has ever coached. Emerson is the one down and getting up slowly.
Look at that effort.
Whoa. Terrific. And now the running totals are 135 yards on the ground for the Falcons. It's the first game in 7. Collectively, they've been over 100 yards rushing.
And I said earlier in the game, the key for this offense, the running game, for them to be at their best, their running game has to come to life, and it did just that. That really helped Matt Ryan with so many of the play action shots that they've been able to take.
And Bryant with the extra point. He's also got a couple of field goals today of 20 and 21. Tevin Coleman lunging in for the touchdown in a 13-yard burst, and the Falcons build their lead.
Can tile fake you out? Well, that wood in the shower is tile. That 1,000-pound brick island? Nope, tile. That pricey Italian marble? Not pricey, not marble. You see where this is going. This is the next generation of tile, and it's at the Home Depot. So when your friends start touching your new tile, you'll know, yeah, this tile's for real. Get Montagna wood look tile starting at $199 per square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Keep the dream alive with the Honda Accord.
Can I see you again?
I'm free on Black Forest Ham Day.
There's a Subway 350 sub of the day to help you remember life's important days.
We got married in June.
On Tuna Day.
Every day a different 350 6-inch sub. Every day of the week. Every sub contains no artificial flavors. At just $3.50, it's a great sub at a great price.
Her name is Terry.
She was born on Sweet Onion
Chicken Teriyaki Day.
The 350 sub of the day. Every day of the week at Subway.
Survivor Millennials vs. Gen X. Season premiere CBS Wednesday, 8/7 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. And by Subway Restaurants.
Late fourth quarter from Oakland. Raiders tied the game at 21 early in this fourth quarter. The Falcons have had 14 unanswered points. They lead it 35-21. With the kickoff, Usher over the head of Taiwan Jones to the 25. Atlanta's offense has been good lately.
I would say, Kevin, they've scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions, including 4 touchdowns. They have been terrific. And, you know, I think back to our conversation that we had with Dan Quinn yesterday. He was very confident about this game, but about his football team. You know, they kind of took a punch in the mouth in week 1 at home in the division against Tampa, but he said this is a resilient group, and I know they're going to go out and play hard and play with a lot of confidence, and they've done just that here today.
Murray is in, 1st and 10. Carr wanting to go deep, and he's looking for Roberts, and Alford is there covering. Also back there in the secondary was Ricardo Allen. 2nd down and 10.
That last touchdown by the Falcons really changes now what the Raiders' approach has to be here. Coming up on 4 minutes. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to be able to jump the ball, get in their no-huddle offense. They don't have a lot of time. They've got to really pick up the pace and tempo here.
Rich, what about him going for it on 4th and inches at the 50-yard line?
It was a critical decision, one that Jack Del Rio will be asked about right after this game at the podium if, in fact, they lose. You know, you had a chance to pin the ball back. You've got a terrific punter in Marquette King, and go out and play some defense. It was just a 1-score game at that point.
Carr on 2nd down and 10. Looking for Cooper. What a catch. Now the defense by Trufant picks up 16. That's a 1st down to the 41 of the Raiders.
Look at his ability to go up and get the ball and high point it. That's what makes Amari Cooper special.
All-time receiving leader in the history of Alabama football. 1st and 10 Carr. In the middle, Latavius Murray. He gets one of the guys to miss. That was Jones. Now he's inside Falcon territory to about the 49. Brought down by Poole. Catch and run of 10.
Now there's got to be a sense of urgency. You can't walk. You got to run. Everyone's got to run back to the football. The substitutions coming on and off the field. Everything has to be done with some quickness and urgency. They're taking way too much time. Look at the official when he get out of the way.
1st and 10. Across the middle it goes to Roberts. Oh, and he can't be tackled as he takes it down to the 33-yard line. A 14-yard catch and run. A couple guys had a clear shot at him, including Deshaun Golson, who now leaves the field. First and 10. Carr. Olawale into the secondary, and then finally brought down by the linebacker Deion Jones. That's a 15-yard pickup. He's marched him downfield to the 19-yard line of Atlanta.
Well, they've got to do a better job, Atlanta, covering the backs and tight ends across the right over the football. They're just dumping the ball over the field, right to the backs. Too much space.
Olawale is down to the 6. Brought down by Ismail and Jones. That's a 13-yard pickup.
Del Rio saving those timeouts. He's going to need them. The 2-minute warning. It'd be great to get a score here before the 2-minute warning. Not doing a good enough job covering right in this part of the field. Right over the football has been a weakness for the Falcons.
1st and goal. Carr over the head of Roberts. No one was home. Trufant was defending on the far side. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 6 for Oakland.
Good catch by Thomas Dimitrov, the president of the Falcons.
Was he the one to get
think he's interested? Look at him. He's standing right down there on the. Watch this. This is a good alert play by the general manager. Look at that. Oh, no, look, he lets the ball get in on his body. See? He was a confident catcher. He would have extended those hands.
Good for you, Rich.
Would have been a big interception.
Second goal at the 6. Carr. Beasley chasing. That's caught for a touchdown. Andre Holmes. A 6-yard touchdown reception. And Carr has thrown his 3rd touchdown pass today. And the Raiders creep closer.
Talk about keeping a play alive. He just barely gets this ball off before he leaves the playing field and keeps his eyes down the field. A good adjustment there in the back of the end zone by Andre Holmes. Well, that was a well-executed drive. They've still got time on the clock and the 2-minute warning and all 3 timeouts. Boy, that was a quick score by the Raiders.
Wasn't that masterful? Great job by Derek Carr.
And Kevin, they just attacked in the middle of the field. They just kept dumping the ball to the back and tight end right over the ball.
Now the extra point by Janikowski makes it 35-28. With 2:12 to go here in regulation, 8-play, 75-yard drive. Now what does this do to the kickoff for the Raiders? How would they handle this after Holmes dives for the 6-yard touchdown reception?
I think you're going to see this ball land deep in the end zone. They don't want to give Eric Weems another opportunity to return one. You looked at the previous kickoff the Raiders had. They drilled the ball. I think they'll kick it deep. I think they'll try and go out and play defense. They've got the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts. If they can get a stop here and give Derek Carr the ball back, Kevin, I may miss my flight. We may be into overtime.
Oh, that would be a shame. The Raiders have not had a successful onside kick since 2008.
Yeah, I don't think you do it here with the timeouts.
Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a ride aboard one of America's most powerful nuclear-armed submarines. Followed by a CBS primetime exclusive, The Case of JonBenet Ramsey. Plus, NCIS Los Angeles tonight. Only CBS. Each team with 3 timeouts.
Jack Del Rio went down there, talked to the defense with Ken Norton. They're on the sidelines. That group is together. They know what they have to get done here. They need a 3-and-out. You see Jack Del Rio. You see Ken Norton Jr., the defensive coordinator. Talked to us on Friday. He said year 2 is not about doing more in the system, but rather doing what we do better. I think the players have a better understanding of the system and know what to expect from the coaches. Certainly the coaches know what the players do well and what they can handle.
Brad Seeley is the special teams coordinator. Let's see if he's called for an onside kick, but 23 consecutive onside kick without a recovery. He's going to kick it with a little chip shot. It'll be picked up on the play by Aldrick Robinson. And Robinson will take it just beyond the 10 on a 10-yard return. Flag has been thrown. Each quarterback 3 touchdown passes today.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. It stands as called. First down, Atlanta.
Matt Ryan has thrown for 374. Carr has thrown for 283. And let's see what happens here as they had the Trowick tackle of Robinson. A lot of yards by both teams in this game.
Well, the Raiders got it. They got them backed up. Can they get a stop? And if you're Atlanta, you just need a couple first downs to get out of this one. With the 3 timeouts, you're going to need a couple first downs.
Raiders will be in their base defense. Freeman in the backfield. Ryan's got a 1st and 10. With a couple tight ends. Devonta Freeman. Smith with a good beat on him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, this is all 8-man football. You're going to see 8, 9 defenders up around the line of scrimmage. This would be a bad place to take a shot.
Raiders have taken a timeout. Well, we got a chance here, and we talked about how CBS is partnering with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for childhood cancer. We have a couple of notable people in the Atlanta area battling that same disease, the Craig Sager family, who we keep in our prayers every day. And The sister of Atlanta Journal-Constitution writer Orlando Ledbetter covers these Falcons in the press box today. Lost his sister a couple weeks ago. Our thoughts and prayers with both those families. 2nd down 10 after Oakland took their first second-half timeout. Bryant with a wall of noise in the black hole. Fake to Freeman. They go out to Taylor Gabriel, and he dances his way out to the 20-yard line, and Nelson brings him down. 8-yard catch and run near the 20. We've reached the 2-minute warning. 1:56 to go.
Your Can's thinking playoffs. Your Can's thinking division.
Nobody catches ball.
Your Can's thinking Houston.
Don't jinx it.
Your Can is Houston.
I'm Jamie Foxx for Verizon. In the nation's largest independent study by Root Metrics, again, Verizon is the #1 network.
Hi, I'm Jamie Foxx for Sprint.
And I'm Jamie Foxx for T-Mobile.
And we're just as good.
Really? Only Verizon was ranked #1 nationally in data, reliability, text and call, and speed. Yeah. And you're gonna fist pump today? Get out of my sight.
Unlimited isn't a good deal if it's on a cut-rate network. Switch now and get our best deal. 20 gigs and 4 lines for only $160. All on America's best network.
Keep the dream alive with the Honda Accord.
Assists, completions. He's Mr. Instant Meeting, Ed Feldman.
Press 1 to lead your team onto the meeting field. Start your free trial at gotomeeting.com.
If it were a country, it would be a nuclear power, but it's a submarine. Go on board the deadliest engine of destruction in the U.S. arsenal. 60 Minutes, tonight.
Big move to Monday. Big wedding.
Why do people cry at weddings?
They're practicing for what's coming later.
The big season premiere of The Big Bang Theory, CBS tomorrow at 8/7 Central.
For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. It's the Falcons and the Raiders. CBS will be seen with the 60 Minutes program in its entirety immediately following this game, except in the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its normally scheduled time. 3rd and 3. Big play here.
They've thrown the ball on all 8 third-down possessions.
He throws again here, and he's got Mohamed Sanu. The catch, a 15-yard reception to the 35 timeout Raiders. They work on Reggie Nelson. Sanu with a big catch on the great throw by Ryan.
Boy, talk about a clutch play by Matt Ryan and Mohamed Sanu in a critical 3rd down situation. You love these big receivers that are comfortable working in the middle of the field.
Sanu's had 3 catches today. 2 have come on 3rd down. Julio Jones not playing. We think that ankle's an issue, don't we, Rich?
Yeah, he's not in the game, and so the next best thing is a guy like Mohamed Sanu, who's very comfortable and has no fear working in the middle of the field against those bigger linebackers and safeties.
What a gutty performance by Matt Ryan in Atlanta today. Very difficult place to play. 1st down and 10. Coleman in the backfield. Tevin gets the call. Into the pile he drives to about the 37-yard line, a gain of about 2. Timeout taken, final one by the Raiders. McGee in there making the stop, also Jihad Ward. Well, Rich, Atlanta leads by 7. Oakland is out of timeouts. A 2nd and 8 is coming up. And the tight ends have played a very important role for both teams today.
Well, they've done a nice job, not just in terms of the passing game, but especially for Atlanta, the way they blocked on the perimeter. Been very impressive. They've had those cross blocks where they've come from the opposite side of the formation. You look at the Falcons here, they can run it twice. Raiders can't stop the clock.
2nd down and 8. Combined 20 tight end receptions today. Coleman, he is dust. Big hit right there in the middle, and it was Irvin throwing him for a 1-yard loss. Again, the Raiders cannot stop it. Out of timeouts. Clock continues to tick.
Yeah, and Oakland still has a chance to get the ball back in a punt return, because obviously they'll run the ball here one more time, use as much of the clock, and the Raiders may get the ball back with inside 30 seconds to go. With no timeouts.
Crabtree with the touchdown reception earlier from 2 yards. Saw him on the sideline there with Amari Cooper. 3rd down and 9. Coleman the back. Coleman the call. Coleman to the 40 and shy of the 1st down. Gain of 4 in the punting unit.
Kevin Coleman up the middle.
They'll take it all the way down, use all of that play clock, and then take the timeout and punt the football.
4th and 5. McGill made the stop there.
About 10 seconds left.
And the punter, in his 6th year out of Miami, Matt Bosher, has never had a punt return against him for a touchdown.
It's good to know, right? One of the reasons why he gets great hang time. And in this situation, Kevin, I wouldn't even give the punt returner, Jalen Richard, a chance. This thing's going to go out of bounds. I'm going to directionally kick this thing as far as I can out of bounds and not even give him a chance.
Takes its first timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
The long snapper is Josh Harris. He's 5 years out of Auburn. And the snap is coming off the dirt for what it's worth.
Well, that does make a difference. You see him over there. He's going to wipe the ball off. That's the first thing. That's a good, smart play by the veteran. And then what you don't want to do is drag it, because now all of a sudden the punter has got to deal with it. Not a huge deal for a guy like Bosher, but very surprised if this ball lands on the playing surface.
They'll come charging.
He's lined up to his left. This one out of bounds.
A snap.
Ooh, that was close.
It was close. Coming through and almost getting it was Trollope. And it goes into the end zone, and the clock at 2 seconds. 60-yard punt by Bosher.
Well, that was too close for comfort. Go back and look. Pretty good snap. See the penetration up the middle. Nonetheless, a terrific job by the punter. Raiders have one shot here, Kevin. Carr is going to try and buy as much time as he can. Remember now that the game cannot end on a defensive penalty. So if he can run around here a little bit, give Cooper and Crabtree a chance to run down the field and throw one up, you get some type of a pass interference. It'll stop. Obviously, it'll afford the Raiders another opportunity for another snap.
5 wide. It's Cooper on the slant. Ooh. He wants to feed off to someone else. It's in the hands of Taiwan Jones. It ends up with Roberts. It goes back to Carr. He throws laterally to Crabtree. Crabtree wants to wind up. He gets a block from Penn. He's run out of bounds. The game is over. The game is over. The hit by Deion Jones, and Atlanta goes to 1-1. And the Raiders fall to 1-1. What great quarterbacking we saw today. 3 touchdown passes by Ryan and 397 yards. Carr, 300 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns himself and no picks. Atlanta had to have this game. Next week they're at New Orleans. Then they've got Carolina. They've got Denver, and then they've got Seattle. 0-2 would not have gotten it done. 2 former defensive coordinators, Del Rio and Quinn. Good game, Rich. Very enjoyable.
Boy, the 2 teams laid it on the line, Kevin. They gave everything they had. High-scoring game. Both quarterbacks, I thought, threw the ball really well. Both teams ran the football well. Atlanta, 139 rushing yards. The Raiders, 155 yards on the ground, but some mistakes, some key mistakes, and of course a decision by Jack Del Rio to go for it on 4th and 2 with the ball about midfield with a little over 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Julio Jones had 106 receiving yards today for the victorious Falcons. Tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by the case of John Benet Ramsey in NCIS Los Angeles. So for Rich Gannon, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Oakland to California. Each team now goes to 1-1. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
Red 97! Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service. Huh.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more. CBS Sports presents the Geico Play of the Day.
In the Giants' home opener at the Meadowlands, New Orleans Saints kicker Will Lutz attempts a 38-yard field goal, but Giants defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins reaches out to block the kick. Big Blues' Janoris Jenkins picks up the ball on the run, races downfield 65 yards. That was the first score of the game.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I'm always looking forward. It's because I'm sports rich. And when you're sports rich, you get as much fantasy as you want, and you get it with FanDuel. You're a rookie? Get in a rookie game. Got $1? Get in a dollar game. You and a friend don't see eye to eye? Settle it in a head-to-head. Steve. You don't move backwards in life, only forward.
Deposit now for 5 free entries and get all the fantasy football has to offer. FanDuel. Be sports rich.
What was the key to toppling this notorious crime ring?
Anonymity. To this day, they have no idea who I am, and that's the...
Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest fares as low as $59 one way.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Don't miss the MacGyver series premiere, CBS Friday, 8/7 Central.
This is the all-new 2016 Chevy Malibu.
Wow, that's nice.
Let's check it out. Do any of you have kids?
I do. Yes.
This car has a feature built in called Teen Driver Technology, which lets parents see how their teens are driving.
Oh,
that's smart. It even mutes the radio until the seatbelt is fastened.
So keep track of how many boys get in the car. 'Cause that could be useful.
This is ahead of what my Audi has for sure.
Wish my Beamer had that.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know that technology existed.
I'm not in the market for a car, but now I may be.
I joined the Army in July of '98. I did active duty 11 years and 2 in the reserves.
Our 18-year-old was in an accident. When I call USA, it was that voice asking me, is your daughter okay? That's where I felt relief.
It actually helped to know that somebody else cared and wanted to make sure that I was okay. That was really great.
We're the Rivera family, and we will be with USAA for life.
USAA. We know what it means to serve. Call today to talk about your insurance needs.
When you subscribe to HBO from DirecTV, you get a huge library of the most addictive shows, the latest movies, and so much more. Catch up on demand or on the go, included with your subscription. It's the entertainment you deserve. Make it yours today. Call 1-800-531-5000 or go to Channel 501 to order HBO instantly.
Gym rats are muscle rich. Butchers are meat rich. Me, I'm sports rich. What's sports rich? It means I get as much fantasy football as I want, and I get it with FanDuel. Injured QB? Not my problem. Player already drafted? No, he wasn't. Being sports rich is like putting 20 tons of sport in a 5-pound sports bag. Like a nice little carry-on.
Deposit now for 5 free entries and get all the fantasy football has to offer. FanDuel. Be sports rich.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
This is DirecTV, now part of the AT&T family and home of the Red Zone, the Fantasy Zone, the Dan Patrick Show, 20 years of NFL Sunday Ticket, Rich Eisen, and America's premier source for sports entertainment.
ex-president would handle a terror attack. Here's Donald Trump on what he saw from Hillary.
Even if you're not going to put troops on the ground, you should never say it. She's saying that because she's desperate for votes. All you have to do is look at her poll numbers. And look, if you want weakness, she's weak. I watched her in the airplane over the weekend talking, and I would hate to see 4 more. Forgetting about me, I would hate to see 4 more years of those kind of answers.
So they're posturing, right, Brett?
Yeah. Listen, he's bold. Worked for him throughout this the primary and the election so far, saying it like it is. And Hillary Clinton was trying to tone things down, it seemed, on that plane, talking to reporters and being very, very measured in those first remarks. I do think that she had to clean up when she said no more U.S. troops. The next day, if you remember, she had a news conference in which she said, I'm for special forces and trainers and facilitators, but just not major ground forces. That was from that commander-in-chief forum. So this will be an issue, Brian, in the debate 1 week from now.
Yeah, we had the governor on earlier, Brett, and he was talking about how we can't make this political. He's saying he called this terrorism right out of the gate, but the mayor of the city was not on the same page with him, refused to call it terrorism. And then you have Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton saying that ISIS strikes in our cities means that we are winning abroad.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to make, a tough argument to make. I mean, it may be accurate that they're being forced out of certain areas overseas, but it's tough for people at home how they feel about the threat of terrorism. That's where it stacks. It's very high up there, terrorism and national security. And right now, it's, as you mentioned, it's tied between the two candidates. There's politics and everything, but the most important thing is that they get these guys and protect the streets of New York, New Jersey.
Absolutely, and it is curious that they would put out, the FBI would put out this alert, went off on our phones here in the studio. My wife just sent me a message. She's over in New Jersey. Did not go off in New Jersey, so perhaps the FBI.
Nor here.
Yeah.
Did you have your volume up, though? Mine didn't go off, and I realized I didn't have my volume on.
But I believe it's regional, and so it would just suggest that they're looking here in New York, where we're sitting, and not in New Jersey. Real quick before you go, I know you cover this kind of stuff on your program, and that is, the first comments from Hillary Clinton, she was talking about what had happened, and she referred to the bombings in New York and New Jersey. And then I think it was CNN and some other news outlets called out Donald Trump for calling it a bomb before it happened. And then CNN actually took her comments and edited her saying bombing out, which seems like one of those things you probably shouldn't do.
Yeah, it's, you know, in the early stages here, it's interesting to see how both candidates deal with it and how news organizations deal with it. And I think that is pretty interesting when the first comments involved her saying bombings in New York and New Jersey.
You wouldn't know that, though, watching CNN. All right, Brett, you got to go get ready for tonight's big show. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brett. Have a good day.
Steve, I think the thing that stands out most at Ainsley, since the Donald Trump been nominated, all these networks used to beg him to go on and treat him in a certain way. Now they could not be treating him worse. All of them. And the New York Times does a different expose every single weekend on what's wrong with Donald Trump.
What does that say? Does it say that they...
There's a fear that he could win.
I'll tell you what, though, he predicted it. He absolutely did predict that was
Imagine if they treated him fairly, then what would the poll numbers look like now?
That's a good point. That was his point all along.
But of course, we'll never know.
True.
All right. Meanwhile, if you're just joining us, waking up this morning, the FBI has just put out an image, a 28-year-old guy who was born in Afghanistan. He's been in the United States for a number of years. His name is Ahmed Khan Rouhani. The FBI says he could be armed and dangerous, 5'6", 200 pounds. They're trying to find this guy.
All right. Here to weigh in on the investigation is Jim Hansen. He's conducted counterterror operations while serving the U.S. Army Special Forces, and former FBI Assistant Director Ron Hosko. So they both join us now. And I guess, Ron, just start with you. There was a quote from Manny Gomez, who is a former FBI special agent, says, "We're at a level of alert that New York City hasn't seen since 9/11. Do you agree?
Sure. You have an IED go off in Manhattan and a second IED be discovered in Manhattan, and you don't know, with certainty who did it for a period of hours. So you can understand that this ratchets up what's going on in New York City and certainly in the Northeast after the Seaside Park incident and now in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Jim, what's your reaction to all of this?
I think it's amazing that law enforcement has managed to get a suspect in play this quickly. I think given the fact that the New York police have been forced to stop doing surveillance in mosques and actually looking at the community in which these individuals are operating. You know, the Somali attacker from the mall, CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, came out with a press conference yesterday, said, this is just an individual. It's got nothing to do with Islam. Well, no, he's an individual Muslim. He's conducting jihad, and he's saying Allahu Akbar. We need to be cognizant of that and allow our law enforcement to look at these communities to try and stop these things before they happen.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, what does it say to you that about half an hour ago, the FBI put out this picture and then sent out on everybody's smartphone a notification of an alert, look out for this guy, he could be armed and dangerous. Does that suggest to you that he might have planned something that could be, you know, coming up very shortly?
Not necessarily. You know, in these cases, and the Boston Marathon bombing was another example of it, there is a tension going on within these organizations, law enforcement, to determine, is this our subject? Can we put our hands on him with stealth very quickly? And if the answer to that is no, then there is a perceived duty and perhaps an absolute duty to notify the public and say, we need your help, here's who we're looking for, because of the potential that he's out there running around for 12, 24 hours a week and bringing other harm.
Jim, if you look at the fact that this is Chelsea, this isn't really nestled in a remote area of New York City. The fact that it was done twice in an area on a Saturday night, we're pretty much well stocked. The fact that they're trying to hit northern New Jersey at the same time. Is there meaning behind the places that they're doing it? Is there meaning behind what they're doing? The choice of bomb, the choice of material, the choice of detonation. Why now? Why then? Why where it was hit?
Well, the why is because jihad is commanded. So they're doing what they're supposed to do according to radical Islam. The question about where and why those particular locations, Chelsea is a prominently gay area. So I think there's a decent chance that this might have been another attempt to attack the gay community. And again, the train station in New Jersey, mass transit is something so many people use that it's a way to strike fear and terror into the hearts of the populace. So both of those, and the fact that they use pressure cookers again, a la the Boston Marathon bombers, who learned that from Al-Qaeda's Inspire magazine. So this is all part of a larger global jihad movement, and they're working in a definite, defined manner.
Well, Ron, what does it tell you about the fact that even though that first bomb did go off in the Chelsea area, no one was killed, thank goodness? Does it tell you that maybe they are lone wolves and they're just learning how to make these on their own, because it didn't seem they weren't effective?
I suspect they have tested these devices for their effectiveness, that there was a darker plot. Certainly, I cannot envision them wanting the second pressure cooker device unexploded to be recovered by law enforcement. That gives law enforcement a tremendous exploitation opportunity. Look no further than the cell phone on top. Where was that cell phone purchased? What provider was it? Was there a call to test that device? And that call goes right back to the person we're looking for right now. This little device here can tell us a lot about a person, about their network, about their tactics. So I don't think they intended that second one not to detonate.
Not to work.
Well, let me ask you this, Ron, because they did put, apparently in the second one they found ball bearings and BBs to inflict the maximum shrapnel damage to people. Why would they put it inside a dumpster?
Well, good question. You know, we're going to have to figure out and learn from law enforcement why the answers. Maybe they believed it was powerful enough to create additional shrapnel from the dumpster exploding. And that's going to have that effect, too. You see where some of the shrapnel penetrated this dumpster, the first one.
People say, too, experts in bombing say one of the big differences, the detonation. They did flip phones. The other ones you'd remote control from basically a remote control car. The other is the material